The Lakers just dodged a major bullet as one of their key players had to leave the game early due to an undisclosed injury. However, we have a huge update for you guys in regards to this player and how the Los Angeles Lakers can move forward after a very impressive win over the Memphis Grizzlies in Game 1 of everyone's favorite, the NBA Cup. And welcome to Lakers Digest. My name is Hunter Pitcoff, and we cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. It is spooky season. Happy Halloween to all of you that like to celebrate. But with that being said, we got a treat, and the Los Angeles Lakers were able to get their first win of the NBA Cup, and in fact, their first win back with Luka Doncic and Marcus Smart back in the starting lineup. If you guys want to keep up with everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers, hit that subscribe button. Most of you are subscribed. That is awesome. That number is typically not that way. However, still, a lot of you watching are not subscribed. If you are one of those shadow viewers, stop your doing right now and hit that subscribe button. Don't be playing tricks on us. It's a treat to come here every single day and get around-the-clock coverage surrounding your Lakers here on this channel. But I don't keep you guys waiting too much longer. Before we get into that injury status, I mean, come on. Let's pour up a 40 right now, man. Let's pour up a 40 for another 40-point performance from Luka Doncic in this one. He was absolutely fantastic. In 39 minutes, he had 44 points, 12 rebounds. ESPN changed these numbers around. It's a little bit confusing. 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 14 of 27 from the field. So he got his shots up, shot over 50% from the field, 40% from three, and 77% from the line. You will definitely take that from Luka Doncic. We know, guys, that Austin Reaves has been on fire. Well, took a bit of a backseat to Luka, but still had a very impressive game with 24 points in this one. Also 9 of 9 from the foul line, so he's still getting to the foul line even when he's the secondary playmaker compared to what Luka is able to do out there. Marcus Smart also coming back in this one. He got the start tonight. It chipped in with 12 points. That's definitely something you like. Very efficient from the field as well. As Lakers shot again 51% as a team from the field. Jared Vanderbilt defensively was getting it done. Jake LaRavia, another 13 points for him coming off the bench. You definitely like to see that as he continues after a very impressive 10 of 11, 27-point game against the Timberwolves. But again, Luka Doncic really getting the work done here for the Los Angeles Lakers, and you absolutely love to see that. In fact, he's been on quite an historic run for not only the Lakers, but for the NBA here. Here's a list of 125 points or more scored through the first 3 games of the season. Luka Doncic is on there, the only other guy on there who did it 4 times. Or actually, I'm reading that wrong. Did it 3 times, Will Chamberlain, and of course, Michael Jordan doing it in 1986. So it has been a hot minute since anyone has been scoring the way Luka Doncic has this early on in the season. Again, he's going to average 40 points a game. I don't know. I mean, at this point, he's making 40 look freaking easy, man. But he's still going to be one of the top premier scorers and players in the NBA. That's definitely a fact. Awesome to see him back, and awesome to see him get it on the ritual and beat down the Memphis Grizzlies like us Laker fans love to see. But what we don't love to see is what we kind of just heard is Deandre Ayton, his status potentially in limbo. We saw coming out of the first half into the third quarter, Deandre Ayton was not out there with the team. Everyone was like, where is he? Why is he not out there? Eventually, he comes out in the fourth quarter here, as I show you guys the wrong graphic, with a wrap on his back, and Lakers training staff that was continuing to work on him on the bench, and they said he'd try to give it a go if called upon. Again, the Lakers were up at this point when he came back to the bench, when Dave McMenamin, who covers the Lakers for ESPN, gave this report, but he didn't have to come back as the Lakers took care of business, and JJ Redick kind of elaborating on that, saying that he had some middle back spasms and was available to return in the fourth quarter. So if the Lakers really needed him to, he could have came back, but he said he liked the way that Jackson Hayes and Jared Vanderbilt were playing, so didn't want to risk it. Also kind of went further into depth, McMenamin reporting that Deandre Ayton was available, didn't want to risk it. Again, multiple reports there saying that Deandre Ayton has back spasms, and we'll see if he was able to come back. That's good, but that's definitely something you got to monitor. Again, the Lakers are pretty still thin at that big position right now. We still see at times where Vanderbilt or Rui Hachimura is playing the 5. You can get away with that with the Memphis Grizzlies, who play a little bit smaller to begin with. You can't get away with that, guys, against teams like the Denver Nuggets, and I guess they got away with it with the Timberwolves, but there are certain teams, the Rockets, you're not getting away with that guarding Şengün with 6'8" dudes. Şengün is going to bully through his way through that team. So it's important that DeAndre Ayton, he's having a good season. They don't have Maxi Kleber. It's just Jackson Hayes behind him, who's been solid, but you want your starting center in DeAndre Ayton, especially with the momentum and how well he's playing, and Luka Doncic back in the lineup. That can unlock even more in DeAndre Ayton's game. You definitely want to see him stay out there on the course. The Lakers, again, have a game against the Miami Heat coming up here. A scorching hot team. You're going to need offense, and you're going to need offense from your 5 in Ayton. But it brings us to our final point, guys. The next 10 for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's going to be a tough road ahead for the purple and gold, but this is what they got on slate. They got the Miami Heat on November 1st here at 9:30 p.m. You know, it's a little small. My eyes isn't the best. But they got them on 9:30 p.m., but 6:30 local time because the Lakers will be back home in Crypto.com Arena. It's always going to be Staples Center in my heart, but still have to say it. Then they'll be trying to get their lick back against the Portland Trailblazers here on Monday. And then they got the Spurs primetime taking on Wembanyama. Spurs are on a heater right now. They'll be traveling to the South, taking on the Hawks, the Hornets, taking on OKC the first time this season, the reigning champs. But then look at this bottom portion of the schedule here. You got the Pelicans in a playing game, or playing a cup game, the Bucks, the Jazz, back-to-back. That's around the time right there where I think we could see LeBron James potentially return to the Los Angeles Lakers. And that is a very interesting point here because the Lakers are 4-2 right now. Again, they beat the Memphis Grizzlies 117-112. And they're kind of rolling right now. I love the chemistry. I love the body language of this team. You really saw them wrap their arms around Austin Reaves when he hit that game winner. Obviously, they're going to be hyped. They're going to be pumped up. But the way this team has hyped him up during this time, I really like the chemistry here. It reminds me a little bit of that 2020 championship team where those guys, they just rode for each other. They got along. They clicked on the court, off the court. I kind of am getting those similar vibes. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win a championship or not. We're not going to get too far ahead of ourselves. But look, you look at Oklahoma City Thunder, what they did last year. Those guys, they ride with each other. They spend all the time together. Again, there's not a whole lot to do in Oklahoma City compared to Los Angeles. But those guys, they are super solid. And this Laker team, a lot of them around their mid to late 20s, around that range. They're all around the same age. They all get along. And I think that ultimately in the long haul, it's going to help this Laker team get through a really tough stretch and through a long 82-game regular season. So, again, a really nice win. They move up to 4-2. They got the Miami Heat, who are playing out of their minds right now offensively. I mean, it seems like everybody in the league's going off, but especially the Miami Heat, they have been great. So, again, guys, want to keep up with that game as well as everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. I'm going to say it one more time for the people in the back, because clearly this number, subscribed, should be at 100%. We appreciate the new viewers coming in and enjoying the content. Of course, we welcome you back always, but come on. Free around-the-clock coverage surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. Not getting it like here, like you are anywhere else here on Lakers Digest. So, again, hit that subscribe button. It means a whole lot. We got 10 more seconds in this video until we get that ad revenue. So, again, guys, thank you all for watching this content. We're going to keep it up here. Everything surrounding your purple and gold. This is the place to be right here on Lakers Digest.